Grab an inexpensive full-length mirror from Walmart and some pool noodles from the Dollar Tree. Glue the ends of two pool noodles together and secure the seams with tape. Cover the mirror with paper and tuck the paper into the creases. Keep the paper in place by sticking in some playing cards in some of the creases. This allows space to adhere the pool noodles without damaging or getting paint on the actual mirror. Add glue to the frame of the mirror and attach the connected pool noodle. Adhere and arch the noodle around the short side of the mirror. Wrap and secure the noodle around the entire frame and attach another noodle to fill any gaps. Prime and paint the noodles using white chalk paint. Cover over the paint and tape with some stone texture spray paint. Allow the paint to dry and remove the paper covering from the mirror.
I was browsing through my local Goodwill and I found the perfect mirror for my next project. First thing I'm going to do is grab it and put it on a sheet of plywood. This is only a 1/4 inch thick, but it works great. I also want to make sure that the border is exactly the same all the way around. We're going to need more plywood than the size of the mirror. So once I got it marked out, it was time to cut. I used a circular saw for this project, but you can use a jigsaw. Once it gets all the way cut out, guess what? I don't need the frame. I just need the glass or the mirror. It's easy to take apart. Just take the backing off, use a knife, and that frame will pop right off. Now I can just use a little bit of epoxy glue or any type of glue that will hold the mirror down. Once I get it in place, just push firmly and it'll hold and let it set up. Next, grab a pool noodle and we need to cut this right down the middle. It's easy to do with a razor knife. Just be careful, go slow, and take it all the way down. You're going to cut both sides and pull it apart. Easy to do. Now we need to cut these pool noodles all the same size. I chose 6.5 inches because I didn't mind if it overlapped on the mirror. Making a template so I make sure they're all the same. Cut all the pool noodles up. I took 4 of them, split them all the way down the middle, and cut every single one of them to 6.5 inches. That works just great. This razor knife cuts it and you can pull them apart pretty easy. Once you get it apart, just grab some hot glue and run it down the sides. We're going to start on the bottom side of the plywood and start working our way across. Just put that hot glue and it's firm. I also made sure that I covered up the mirror because I didn't want to drip any hot glue or paint on it while I was working. Just keep working all the way across using different colors if you want, but it doesn't matter because we will paint it next. Also make sure we do put a gap in between the cut pool noodles. Now when we get to the edge, we want to make sure we cut those pieces. Not all these pieces are going to be 6.5 inches. Some are going to be smaller because we're going to lay this out in a brick pattern. Remember, keep the distance and keep the gaps going. We don't want to push these up next to each other. We want to make sure it looks like a real brick pattern or a fake stone look. Once we get the bottom done, just start working up the sides, alternating the foam as you go up and down. Next, we want to take it outside once we get everything up, and we're going to go ahead and spray it with some primer. A lot of people use white primer, but for this project, I wanted to use gray, and I'll show you why later. We want to make sure all the colors are covered. Use 2 coats if you need. Remember, it's always best to put 2 light coats on than 1 thick coat. Once that primer gets dry, it's time to use some textured Rust-Oleum stone paint. We're going to spray this on. Not only does it cover it up really nice, but it also gives it texture, making it look like real stone or brick. Now, here's the reason we use the gray primer. We want a 2-tone to this brick. If we used white, it would come out and it wouldn't look just the best. We're going to take this and put it all over. No need to put 2 coats. One is just going to look great. We're going to spray this all over and let it dry 24 hours. Once it's dry, guess what? It's time to bring it inside and show it off. And there it is, our faux stone covered brick mirror. Doesn't it look great? I did this whole project for less than $20. It looks great in the entryway and just turned out amazing.
The next time you are at Walmart, pick up 3 inexpensive door mirrors with a black frame. Lay one of the mirrors on a flat surface and measure the width of the mirror glass. Mark this same width onto your wood molding with a pencil. Place the molding in a miter box and with a hacksaw, start to saw through the marking. Take a piece of sandpaper or a palm sander and gently sand the end edges of the molding so you have a smooth finish. Head outdoors and spray paint these wood molding pieces with black semi-gloss spray paint. Lay one of your mirrors on a flat surface, measure the length of the glass, and divide that by 3. Consider the width of your molding as you decide on your measurement. Take a piece of wood molding and apply a thin bead of strong adhesive glue. Press the glued side of the molding to the front of the mirror at your first measurement point. Don't add too much glue as you don't want it to squish out underneath the molding piece when you press it against the glass. Take a second piece of molding and do the same thing at your second measurement point on the glass mirror. Repeat this entire process with the other 2 mirrors. Pay close attention to your measurements as you want each mirror to be exactly the same. Attach Velcro command strips to both the top and bottom backside of each mirror. Stick the first mirror to the wall using a level at the top. Add the second mirror by butting its side up against the first mirror and checking the top for level. And then do the same for the third mirror. Adding this large classic mirror will make any space look bigger and brighter as it reflects the light.
What we can do is take one of those simple $7 stand-up mirrors that you can get, and you can decorate it and actually enhance it. What we did was we brought some mosaic tile like you get here, and the great thing about these is they're easy to separate. All you have to do is turn them over, and they come with a mat that's on the back. Just take a razor knife, cut through them, trim them off, and they're ready to go. One thing you want to use is a good glue. Now, you don't want to use wood glue or anything. You want to use like an all-purpose glue. Since we're doing the whole mirror, I grabbed a whole tube of it. And all you got to do on the first part is just lay it right down, right through the middle there. Just lay it all the way across. I went ahead and went with this white color instead of clear just because the backing right here is white. Now, the thing about your tile is you're just going to go ahead and just lay it down in there. Give it a little bit of pressure. Now, I have laid tile all my life, so I kind of know how to space it. If you are having trouble with spacing, you can always use a little bit of cardboard that you cut and use that to get the perfect spacing. But this glue doesn't set up right away, so all you got to do is just firmly set it on there all the way across. And then what you do is you can still move them before that glue sets up. Look at that right there. Get your perfect spacing. So we'll put this across. What I'm going to do is go ahead and go across all of the frame of the mirror with all my tile. We're going to let it set up for about an hour, and then we'll come back and grout it. Okay, once our glue has dried, the tile is on there really good, and this just looks really good so far. Last thing we got to do is we've got to use grout. I went ahead and used the pre-mixed grout, put some tape down, and grouting is real easy. I just put some gloves on, and all you got to do is wipe the grout across the grout lines just like that. You don't have to force it in or anything like that. I was a tile setter for years, and putting grout on is just that one thing that finishes a product up. Look at that. So I'm going to show you how you do a few of these grout lines. All you got to do is wipe it across there, just like this. And then all you have to do is take a little bit of water on a towel, and you're just going to go in a circle like this. You don't want the towel dry, and you're just going to brush it off just a little bit. And that is going to get you this look right here, and it's going to look really good. Now, what you can do is go ahead and grout the whole frame before you start polishing it up. Once you wipe it off, let it dry a couple hours, and then one last thing you're going to have to do is just buff it tiny bit with a very slightly damp towel. That'll get all the haze off of it, and when we come back, I will show you the final product. And there it is, our final project. This is just a simple way to enhance any mirror and make it look really great. I'm glad you joined us this time, and we can't wait to see you again on Home Talk.